morning. Happy Taco Tuesday. CJ Curry here, back with another NBA Prize Picks video. We're looking at some NBA player props. So if that's the sort of thing that you're into and you're looking for somebody to do a little bit of research and stat diving for you, then you may want to hit the subscribe button. And while you're there subscribing, slap the like button for me as well. Let's set today's like goal at 99.5, which means I'm taking the over 100 or more likes. You and me together, I know we can get it done. You may want to also ring that bell so that all notifications are turned on for my channel so that you don't miss out on any new content once it drops right here on YouTube. All right, with all that out of the way, we've been running some giveaways each and every day to give back to the community, give back to those who are in need. And in this case, some of y'all need a kick-ass community. And so we have partnered with Dub Club. Dub Club, in conjunction with Discord, we have our own VIP community. So we've been giving away a free month of Dub Club to anybody down in the comment section who leaves a player prop pick that they're really liking that actually hits, because we want to try and help the community out by providing winning picks down in the comment section. So I went ahead, I've already selected today's winner. So let's go ahead and take a look and see who that is. This person is JRC1321. He had a nice pick yesterday by going with Trae Young under 15 first half points. Now Trae Young ended up with just 11 points overall in total in yesterday's game. So I'd have to say that this was a really darn good pick. So if you are JRC1321, please reach out to yours truly. I want to get in touch with you so that we can get you set up with a free month of Dub Club where you can start winning more together with myself and the rest of our community members. So appreciate you leaving that comment. And of course, again, we'll be running more giveaways. So if you have a favorite player prop that you're really liking, make sure you're subscribed to the channel and you've hit the like button and you've commented that favorite player prop down in the comment section. If that prop ends up hitting and I end up randomly selecting your comment, you could be the next big winner here on the channel. So with all that out of the way, let's get into today's Prize Picks plays. Of course, if you're not playing on Prize Picks, promo code Curry still getting you that $5, $50 return on your investment. So how does it work? Well, if you play $5, your first $5 after depositing using promo code CJ Curry, well, then they're going to give you $50, whether you win or lose on that first $5 entry that you make. So to take advantage of this offer, I've left a link for you down in the description of today's video. Please go down there, click that link, make your first deposit, and get started playing on Prize Picks if you're not already there yet. All right, so what are we looking at on today's slate? Well, the first guy that I was kind of checking out is Jaylen Brown of the Boston Celtics. He's sitting out here at 24.5 points plus assists. Drew Holiday is going to be out, which means more opportunities for a guy like Jaylen Brown to handle the rock, to handle the basketball. Maybe he picks up a few extra assists, and you know he's going to be involved in terms of scoring, as he usually is. Both he and Tatum kind of leading the way for Boston. Then, of course, you've got Porzingis and Derek White. So lots of different options when it comes to scoring the rock. But Jaylen Brown looking really good. I saw him over at FanDuel and some of these other sports books at 25.5 points and assists. So the 24.5 just seems a tad bit too low. And then, of course, we're going to check out some projection models as well to make sure that they are projecting favorably for Jaylen Brown. So first and foremost, I've got the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer pulled up here. Now, why this tool is so important is because it's going to go out and it's going to look at all the different sports books out there. It's going to look at all the different wagers or bets that are being made on these sports books, and it's going to give you the odds for a player prop to hit based on how the money or the juice is coming in on this prop. So if we take a look at Jaylen Brown at 24.5 points plus assists here, he's got over a 53% chance to go over based on the way that the odds are setting up here on these books. Now, take a look at most of these sports books. They've got him at 25.5 points, gang. PrizePicks has him at 24.5. So with all these sports books have him at 25.5, and PrizePicks is kind of like the ugly duckling, the odd man out, the only site that has him at 24.5. And don't you think there's something up with that? Don't you think that they might be wrong, that all these other sports books probably are right? Let's join the majority and not sit out with the minority in this case. PrizePicks being like one of the only few sites that has him at 24.5 points plus assists. So I want to point that out to you because it's a big way for you to get ahead. This is what you call positive expected value plus EV betting. Taking a look at what one book has a player prop listed at versus a whole bunch of other books. You kind of want to go with all the data from a whole bunch of other books. So without further ado, let's take a look at the player projections here for Jaylen Brown. We're going to go over to RotoWire. If you want to try RotoWire out, 2-day all access free pass down in the description of today's video. You can also find links to the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer, where you could save money on your first month by using my promo code and special link. So if you're interested in trying any of these tools out for yourself, head to the description and give them a whirl. But Jaylen Brown sitting up here real nice and pretty on the RotoWire PrizePicks tool here. If you open up Jaylen Brown's player card, you can see he's projected for about 25.79 points plus assists. That's a 1.29 PA difference. Kind of go down here and take a look at what he's been up to. He's actually been balling the last 10 games. He's gone over this number in 80% of those games. So loving that hit rate, 27.1 points plus assists per game average. Versus Toronto, the last couple times that he's met the Raptors, not so great, but in the past, he has had success against the Raptors. So hopefully today he has more success against Toronto. Again, he's been playing very good basketball. His numbers typically go up too when it comes to post All-Star break play. So hopefully Jaylen Brown keeps it going and keeps applying pressure. Take a look at some other projections for Jaylen Brown. This one's Fantasy Labs. Fantasy Labs has Brown up at 26.7 points plus assists, as you can see here on the screen. So we're loving that projection, being that he's at just 24.5 right now over on PrizePicks. Going over here and looking at Shot Quality's projections, they've got him at 26.4 points plus assists. Again, a differential of almost 2 PA. So we love what we're seeing there. We're also going to take a look at FanDuel Research, formerly known as NumberFire. They've got him at 20.7 points plus 4.1 assists, which puts him at about 24.8 points plus assists, slightly more than what his line currently sits at the 24.5. And then we'll check one more projection. This one's brought to you by LineStar. LineStar's got some excellent tools as well. They've got Jaylen Brown sitting at 28.4 points plus assists. So that is why I'm liking Jaylen Brown for more than 24.5 points and assists. Do with this information what you will. Let's get on to the second pick, which is going to be Paolo Banchero. Paolo Banchero of the Orlando Magic sitting out here at 5.5 assists. I'm looking to take the under going up against Cleveland. This has been a prop that Paolo Banchero has struggled to go over on, especially in this matchup against the Cleveland Cavaliers. So there's a lot of good historical hit rate value here. And of course, yes, the projection models are liking Banchero to go under 5.5 assists as well. So let's go take a look at the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer, pull in that sportsbook data, get this real data sent right to you here via their web app. So definitely check out the Daily Grind Fantasy Optimizer if you're not already using it. But yes, when we pull up Paolo Banchero's name here, you can see that at 5.5 assists, about a 52.1% chance that he goes under 5.5 assists, minus 144 betting favorite to stay under over on FanDuel. And he's a minus 120 to, 140 on some other books to go under on some of these other sports books as well. So a lot of good data, a lot of good money coming in on the under for Paolo Banchero at 5.5 assists. So the under looking like the way that you should be thinking about leaning as well. Now, taking a look at some of these projections here for Paolo Banchero, we'll start things off by looking at RotoWire, of course. Most of the Paolo Banchero stats today are leaning under over on RotoWire, but we're looking at the specific 5.5 assists number. Take a look at the projection. He's at 4.56 assists, which is about a difference of 0.94 assists, almost a whole assist lower. Taking a look at what he's done this season, only about a 40% hit rate in terms of him going over 5.5 assists, which means he's stayed under 5.5 assists in about 60% of the games in which he has played. He is currently on a 3-game under streak when it comes to going under 5.5 assists as well. Now, take a look at previous matchups against the Cleveland Cavaliers. This is going all the way back to 2023, but it's important to note that, yes, he has not dropped very many dimes against the Cleveland Cavaliers, averaging about 3.9 assists. We'll call it 4 assists per game versus Cleveland in this span of 11 games. So he has actually gone under in 10 out of 11 head-to-head matchups versus Cleveland over the last couple of seasons. So really good head-to-head historical hit rate value there. Let's check out some other projections though. For Paolo Banchero, we'll go over here to Fantasy Labs. Fantasy Labs has him at 4.5 assists, a whole assist lower than where he is currently sitting out on PrizePicks. Shot quality's got Paolo Banchero up at 4.57 assists, so that's a good under option for you as well. Let's go over here to FanDuel Research and look at Paolo Banchero's projection, which is 5.4 assists. By the way, FanDuel Research's tools, formerly known as NumberFire, completely free. So if you're looking for some free NBA player projections, definitely check out FanDuel Research. And then last but not least, we're going to go over to LineStar. LineStar's got Paolo Banchero sitting at just 4.2 assists. So every projection model that we referenced today, they all like Paolo Banchero to go under 5.5 assists. So that looks like a pretty solid option. The last guy that we're going to be talking about is Miles Bridges. Miles Bridges of the Charlotte Hornets. A lot of different ways that you could go here on Miles Bridges. They do expect Mark Williams to make his return to the starting lineup for Charlotte. So you got Mark Williams, obviously Yusuf Nurkic coming off of the bench there. LaMelo Ball should be expected to play. So they've kind of got their full complement of players. So some Miles Bridges under looked like a pretty solid way to go today. You could go under on the 11.5 rebounds and assists. He's done a really good job of staying under 11.5 rebounds and assists. You could also go under on the points plus rebounds. But I think for me, I'm going to stick to maybe the rebounds and assists. Let's just take a look here. This was sitting up at 12 rebounds and assists not too long ago, but let's see what we have. We've got him under at 23.5 points. He's actually an over at 11.5 rebounds and assists right now. You've got him at under 27.5 points and assists as well. So a couple different ways that you could go here. Let's look at either the points or the points and assists for Mr. Miles Bridges. Like I said, the Charlotte Hornets going to be kind of healthy today, so going under on Miles Bridges looks like a pretty solid option. So let's pull him up here using RotoWire. Taking a look, the 27.5 points plus assists looks like a pretty solid option. RotoWire's definitely got him projected under 27.5 PA. You could also go under on the 23.5 points, just the points on their own, or the under on the points plus rebounds at 31. And the PRA was sitting at 35.5 about 10 minutes ago. They bumped that down to 34.5, so I'm not really willing to take that. But I would stick to taking the under on the PA, the points, or the points plus rebounds. So let's check out some projections for those three on some of these other player projection models. Let's go over here to Fantasy Labs. Fantasy Labs has Bridges sitting out at 22.2 points, going up against the Golden State Warriors. He'll probably be matched up with Jimmy Butler tonight if I were to guess. So the under on the points looking pretty solid. What was the other one we mentioned? Points plus assists, projected for just 24.6 PA. So the line is sitting up at 27.5 right now over on PrizePicks. So that looks like a good option. And then the PR, he's projected for about 30.1 points plus rebounds. His line is at 31 points plus rebounds right now over on PrizePicks. So a lot of unders coming in here for Bridges. Let's take a look at where he's at over on shot quality. Shot quality's actually got him up at 24 points, so a little higher than his points line at 23.5. The points plus assists, 26.86, so that does put him under the 27.5 number. And then the PR is a little high too at 32.21. So I would narrow this down to probably going with points plus assists for the under at 27.5 if I were to pick one of these. That one looks like the best one across all projection models. Let's check out, last but not least, the FanDuel research projections, and we'll look at the LineStar projections for Miles Bridges as well. So kind of just have to scroll through the list here on this FanDuel research site. But when you do so, you see Miles Bridges is projected for about 18 points, really low projection for him today, and about 3.2 assists. So that's only about 21.2 PA for Miles Bridges, really low projection. FanDuel research really has him going well under 27.5 points plus assists. And then last but not least, let's go over to LionStar like we said we would. And when we punch in Bridges' name here, you got a couple of different options you could go with. The 27.5 points plus assists, he's projected for 27.6. But as I mentioned in previous videos, you always want to shave off about 10 to 20% off of whatever they're projecting a player to have. So in this case, 27.6 points plus assists, take away about 10 to 20% off of that, and that puts them just under 27.5. So still probably my favorite way to play Bridges would be the under at 27.5 points plus assists. And this one does have about a 51-ish% chance of hitting, and he's over at 26.5 points plus assists on FanDuel. So that would be the one that I would probably go with, being that the other ones have already been bumped. But what do you guys think? Leave a comment down in the comment section below. What's your favorite player prop? If you get it right, like I mentioned before, if you get it right and you're subscribed and you've hit the like button, I'm going to go ahead and pick somebody from the comment section below to win a free month of Dub Club like I did in today's video and in yesterday's video. So share this video with somebody you love and care about who's playing some NBA player props tonight. And happy Taco Tuesday to all. Good luck on your pick plays and parlays. And I will see you inside of our Dub Club and Discord community. Peace.